So, you want to use a biblical story. Good idea. But biblical stories come with their own built-in problems. And the first of these is this a period drama? Now, you might want to set it in biblical times, in which case you've somehow got to convey the sense of the period. Or you might want to set it in modern times, or perhaps in some sort of non-specified time. But whenever it is that you choose to set the story, remember the first rule, which is all drama is period drama. Even if you set it today, this very day. Now, there are good reasons for setting biblical stories in the here and now. It can bring out their relevance and their meaning very effectively. But just remember, the more up-to-date you make it, the more quickly it will date, especially if you bring in modern technology or references to modern popular culture. Ironically, perhaps, setting it in the past can give it a longer life. Okay, you've decided to set it in the past, but you've somehow got to convey the period, you've got to convey some aspects of the information. So how do you do it? How do you convey that information effectively? Well, not, I would suggest, quite like this.
Oh, that King Herod Antipas, you know, that son of King Herod the Great, though I don't see anything great about that child massacring tyrant. Anyway, he gets himself set up by the Romans as Tetrarch of Galilee, whatever that might mean, and even names his capital Tiberias after the Roman Emperor Tiberius. As for the way he divorced his wife and married his sister-in-law, what was her name? Herodias? And now he's had that preacher arrested, you know, the one they call John the Baptist, because he goes around washing people in the river and saying he's cleansing them of their sins. Apparently, his daughter Salome arranged it. Herod's daughter, I mean, not John the Baptist's. Proper little mink she is, from what I hear.
Have you ever in your life uttered a speech anything like that? It's so obviously designed to convey as much information as possible. You might as well have a narrator, or even just Google it. So how can you convey information a little bit more realistically? Well, how about something like this?
Have you heard? They've arrested John the Baptist.
That was bound to happen sooner or later.
Why do you say that?
You can't go around publicly accusing the king of incest and expect to get away with it. Serve him right.
It wasn't the king, it was Salome.
That I can well believe. She bites.
Okay, we don't get quite as much information, but we get more than enough, and that's really all that the audience needs. So, rule 2 is dialogue, not pedagogue. And that goes for theology too. You might have been reading up on the Arian controversy and the Council of Nicaea, but that doesn't excuse you from getting your dialogue believable and realistic.
Why, Dr. Arius? I hear you challenge the very nature of our blessed Saviour himself. Can this be true?
I challenge naught but error. For if our Saviour was indeed divine, the very Son of God Most High, so his birth in Bethlehem was only of his human fault, and many authorities have attested to the existence of the Son of God. Yet, if we look in 2 Corinthians, we find in
Sorry, but is there much more of this? I think I've got cramp.
Keep it brief, keep it simple. Remember that the best way to convey a period is not by slipping in lots of facts, but by listening to the language. Find the language and let it speak. Or, rule 3, find the voice and let it speak. Some writers go for a sort of Shakespearean or King James the Bible style of writing. And if you're not careful, that can sound a bit like this.
What is that sits upon yonder pillar?
That, sirrah, is an urn of great price that doth come to these shores from far Arcady.
A Grecian urn, mayhap?
Aye, truly.
And canst thou tell me what it is, this Grecian vessel or urn? Forsooth, zoons or marry?
That's quite enough of that. But of course, you can go too far the other way.
Moses, moseying in, slide into the spot, my main man.
Hey, dude.
Yo, what's the big message, bruv? I mean, you hearing things or what?
No way, Aaron. This is straight up. This is going straight to Pharaoh.
Sick, the big man.
And he is going to have to let our people go, or else.
Or else what?
Showtime.
Yes, thank you. We'll let you know. Of course, you can convey the past without using the exact words. After all, we don't know the exact words in biblical times or many other periods. But you can give them a voice, but make sure it's their voice, not yours.
Okie dokie, leave it with me.
Just doesn't sound right for a Roman centurion, does it? But this works.
Very well. Leave it with me.
This sounds wrong.
Lord Caiaphas, we will have to work out what to do with this man and his followers going forward.
So does this, don't you think?
By my calculations, the walls of Jericho must be a good 40.5 metres high. We'll never scale them.
Keep the modern anachronisms out. Find the right voice, stand back, and let it speak. And talking of speaking, character, not caricature. Drama is drama, whether it's religious drama or any other sort. We're interested in characters, real characters, characters which are fully rounded with a shady past or problems or whatever. Now, not for nothing do actors like playing villains, but good characters can be just as interesting. So give them a few flaws, give them a difficult marriage, maybe make them short-tempered, maybe they're not particularly nice. But either way, you create a full character, fully rounded, which is interesting to read about, interesting to play, interesting to watch.
Can we play frisbee with our halos?
But what about the biggest character of the lot? What about the one person who, as it were, hasn't done anything wrong? Make God a character, not a creator. If you've got God or Jesus in your play, you're going to have a character for him. An actor will have to play him, they'll have to be a costume. So think carefully about the sort of character that you will give him. In my play Brother Man, Jesus, the risen Jesus, meets his brother James. And as you'll see, it's not easy for either of them.
Did you get all our messages?
Yes.
Would it have hurt you to reply once or twice?
I'm sorry.
Yes, well, sorry doesn't quite cover it, does it? And did you have to wait till now to come and see us?
Yes.
I should be flattered then, shouldn't I? Other people only get visits from living people. How boring is that?
So here are those 5 rules again. Number 1, all drama is period drama. Number 2, dialogue, not pedagogue. Number 3, find the voice and let it speak. Number 4, character, not caricature. And number 5, make God a character, not a creator. You'll find more tips and information about submitting scripts to Radius at radiusdrama.org.